Namaste everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make Southern classic, Southern USA classic, buttermilk biscuits. These fluffy golden beauties are perfect for breakfast with just a dash of butter or a jam, whatever you like. You got to try these buttermilk biscuits because these are super easy to make with just few ingredients. So let's get baking. Let's start by preparing the buttermilk if you don't have the ready one. So here I have taken 3/4 cup of milk, and into this I have added 2 and 1/4 teaspoons of white vinegar. Now mix this properly and keep aside. I'm keeping this in the fridge as I need chilled buttermilk for my biscuits. Now take a large bowl, and into this we have all-purpose flour. This is plain flour. Into this I am adding baking powder, baking soda, some sugar, and lastly I am adding some salt into this. Mix this properly so that everything is combined. Now is the time to add the butter. Now take cold butter. What I do is I cube my butter and then keep it either in the fridge or in the freezer so that it is freezing cold when I use it. Now using a pastry cutter or your fingertips, cut the cold butter into the dry ingredients. I'm using a pastry cutter here. Now do this until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. You can also use a fork to do the same. I'm not using my hands because my hands are often very hot, like they generate heat. So if I'm going to use my hands, the butter is going to melt soon and I'll be missing that flaky texture in my biscuits then. Okay, see, this is done now, and we are going to add our chilled buttermilk straight out of the refrigerator. Use a spatula to gently mix the dough until just combined. Now you know cold is the key here. Use cold buttermilk and cold butter. This creates steam during baking and resulting in those gorgeous flaky layers. Okay, now the batter will be slightly sticky, so don't worry, this is okay. And don't overmix, just mix until the dough comes together. Overmixing creates tough biscuits. Okay, and now a lightly flour a work surface, or you can take some silicone mat like I've done here and turn the dough onto it and then gently pat the dough into a rectangle. Okay, now with the help of a bench scraper, fold the dough into thirds like a letter, like you fold a letter. Yeah, this way. Now rotate the dough 90 degrees and then repeat the folding process 2 more times, but this time I'll be gently using my rolling pin. Folding the dough like a letter 3 times, this creates even more flaky layers when we bake the biscuits. This is fun. This folding thing is really fun. Okay, now this is the second fold I'm doing. Again, turn it into 90 degree, and when I'm rolling, I'm using my hands gently, and I'm kind of creating a rectangle of 10 by 8 inches. Okay, so this is the third fold. These buttermilk biscuits have a rich history in Southern American cuisine. where they were often served as a staple at breakfast or dinner. They were originally made as a quick bread due to their simple ingredients and fast preparation time. Now, these biscuits can be used in various ways beyond just a side dish. They make excellent bases for breakfast sandwiches, can be topped with gravies, served with soups and stews, or even used as a shortcake base with fruits and whipped cream. So, isn't it lovely to make these and use it wherever you want? Okay, so now the final folds, and after this we are not going to roll it this much. We are going to pat this into a 1 inch or 3 by 4 inch to 1 inch thickness, and it should be 5 by 10 kind of a rectangle. So here's my baking tray, and I'm going to line this with a silicone mat. You can also use a baking paper. Now you can use a biscuit cutter to cut out rounds of dough, but my biscuit cutter is very small, so I'm using a glass for this. And now I'm going to place this on my prepared baking sheet, which I've lined with silicone mat. So I'm going to reuse the leftover batter until all my batter is used. Okay. These buttermilk biscuits are a delightful addition to any meal. So next time you're looking for a satisfying and easy to make treat, whip up a batch of these delectable pastries, and remember, with a little practice and these handy tips, you'll be a buttermilk biscuit baking pro in no time. Now all my biscuits are ready, and I'm going to place this baking sheet in the fridge because it's quite hot here and I want my biscuits to be cold when I keep them in the oven. So while the biscuits are in the fridge, preheat your oven to 220 degrees Celsius. Once the oven is preheated, we'll take out our biscuits and we'll bake them. So after 20 minutes, I've taken out the biscuits. And now I'm going to brush the tops with the remaining 2 teaspoons of buttermilk. Just brush the tops, not the sides of the biscuits. This is going to give the biscuits that golden brown color. Now these are going to go in the oven, and I'm going to bake these for about 15 to 20 minutes or until these are golden brown from the top. So look at our biscuits. These look wonderful. Now I'm going to brush a little more butter on this, and I'll show you how does it look like. See? Now enjoy your delicious homemade buttermilk biscuits. These biscuits, as I told you earlier, are incredibly versatile. These can be enjoyed in many ways. Slice them open and fill with eggs, cheese and your favorite breakfast meat. You can smother your biscuits with some creamy sausage gravy for a hearty meal. You can serve them alongside soups, stews or your favorite main dishes, and you can turn them into shortcakes by adding fresh fruit and whipped cream. These biscuits are more than just a simple bread. They are a versatile and delicious addition to any meal. Whether you enjoy them plain, with a savory filling or as a part of a sweet dessert, there's no denying their appeal. Now the key tips while making these biscuits are: number 1, use cold butter and cold buttermilk. Number 2, don't overmix the dough. Number 3, bake your biscuits at high temperature to ensure good rise and a golden crust. So now is the time to taste them. These are a type of bread that's light, soft and tender on the inside with a perfectly crisp exterior. Awesome. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about buttermilk biscuits. Don't forget to try out the recipe and let me know how it goes in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my delicious recipes. So until next time, take good care of yourself and happy baking!